Well, hello there. It's a pleasure to see you. Okay, so admittedly, I don't see anybody yet, but hopefully. Give us a minute. This is going to be a very fun holiday-based episode of the stream. Tonight we'll be building a gingerbread house, for which I have procured this fabulous Super Mario castle, as well as this less exciting. Oh boy. As well as this less exciting Wilton Mini Village gingerbread house kit, because we're gonna be building something a little different from what the normies would have you build around the holidays. This is my project. I'm gonna do it the way I feel like it. So the goal here is to make a sort of like a kit smashing gingerbread house monstrosity, is what I would say. And my plan is to kind of combine the pieces from both of these things, and to try to make my own horrific gingerbread monstrosity. So that being said, got some tools here. Gotta have a couple knives. Gotta have a couple spoons, because you never know what you're going to need to do with the frosting and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and hop right in on the direction front here. And we'll start with the bigger stuff, because I feel like that's going to be, well, kind of important to begin with a larger base. And yes, it will. Hey Laura, how you doing? I'm going to zoom in here so I can actually read chat. This is how I do it. You're getting a peek behind the curtain. I want to be able to actually see my own stream, see what that looks like. But I want to be able to see right here is where chat is. And I can actually read that. Or if I go, ooh, then it's even larger over here. But then I can't see my stream. So the goal is to apply the zoom here. Multitasking and baking. Multitasking, watching and baking. That's fine. I'm multitasking, hosting, and constructing. So we'll see. Hey, did you know that right above my head, that's see-through? This little part right here. That's there's the thing comes down. That's not solid. I'm behind that. Fun fact. So yeah, I went to the store and I procured these items for us, and that store was a certain store which has a reputation for being rather unruly and uncleanly, and I don't like shopping there, and I haven't liked shopping there. In fact, I've actively avoided shopping there for over a decade, because I don't want to support that company. But they were the ones that had this, and you guys are special to me. This stream, this concept behind this stream is special to me. So I decided to swallow my pride and go do the thing. This is actually kind of a nicer base than what I'm working with here, but I don't know. My this creature could get out of hand very quickly. The other thing I've noticed is, while I have my knives and my spoons, I didn't get a pair of scissors, which was fairly short-sighted of me, because I'm gonna need to be able to open these things up. Although this icing is awesome, guys. Ready-to-use icing comes in a thing with a little, like, you just unscrew this, and then they're like, all right, go for it, and you just ice that out. This kit here, it's all right. It's not so bad. They've built like kind of a parallelogram of icing, is what we're doing here, and they want you to cut the very bottom. But again, for that I'm going to need scissors. To open any of these things, I'm going to need scissors. I'm impressed with this frickin' Mario one. Look at all these little stars. All the little stars that have their little eyes on them. and stuff, coins that actually have the number 1 on them, or the little indentation, just like in Mario. And then we've got this lovely little thing, I guess, that you could put around the sort of bottom of your castle to use as like a framing mechanism. Like this is, there we go. But I'm not gonna use that because why would I? Or maybe it's supposed to be like, oh, hey, yo, well, there you go. Okay, yeah. See, that's something I can work with, right there. I'm gonna put this here, and put that there, and then each of these goes sort of in between those, and that's how it's gonna hold itself up. I don't think that this thing's gonna hold together very well. I'm a little worried about that. We'll find out. I'm really impressed with this Mario Brothers a decorating kit. Actually, these are I can't tell if these are plastic or if they're candy, but those are like little, like 1-Up and Grow Big mushrooms. If those are candy that have been screen printed, I think they're sugar candy that have been screen printed with the little images. That's awesome. That's friggin' rad. I'm not worried about. You know what? I am worried about it. I am worried about the scissors. I'm deeply worried about the scissors. I'm gonna go. I don't know what this is. I know what's in there, but it's got a ridge on it. That's weird. I'm gonna go get a pair of scissors, like I should have done in the first place, and I will be right back. Hang tight. Okay, I now remember why I don't have scissors for this thing, and that is because we don't appear to have a pair of scissors in the entire house. So that's what I'm working with. What I do have is a horrifying short knife. It's like it was made for shivving somebody. So that's upsetting. And my proficiency at the shivving motion is also upsetting, or at least should be upsetting to you. But okay, so I wasn't prepared with a pair of scissors. I have 2 spoons, 2 knives for spreading frosting. I have individual glasses into which I can pour my decorations. I think I've done well. I think I've done very well. I have my water here. I have a second coaster. I have a water coaster and another coaster for a beer, because I'm going to do a holiday beer review, because there's Christmas beers out there, and if you think I'm not going to drink Christmas beer, you've got another thing coming. So this is going to be a fun stream. You guys are in for a good time. Those of you who are showing up. Those of you who are not showing up, well, you're missing out. No, who do you got to blame? Just you. Oh my god, these are adorable. Little sugar holly pieces. That's fantastic. That's the cutest thing ever. I love that. How's the audio? Can you hear me? Yeah, everything's good. There's the... Okay. Alright. These are fantastic. I'm in love. I'm going to go ahead and put these right into a little glass. These are my fancy antique silver glasses that I've got here. Glass with a silver rim. Mid-century Scandinavian. Fantastic. Fantastic. These, less likely to get used. A little boring. A little dull. But it's good backup. We'll hang on to that. Meantime, gumdrops. Always remember gumdrops. Mario's got gumdrops because Mario's got good sense. Mario knows what's up. We'll go ahead and toss the gumdrops in here. But then... Oh, yeah. There we go. Not done with the gumdrops yet, though. I got more gumdrops up in here. Go ahead and stab that open. And then add those to the gumdrop pile. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Throw these in the trash. Hey, what's this? More gumdrops? Yes. And are these gumdrops shaped like little leaves? Sure, why not? Why wouldn't they be? I mean, why would they be? But why wouldn't they be, right? So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Yep. Not such a good job on the cutting there, Pat. I can eat one. What the hell? I mean, what the heck? Say, like, I think they're supposed to be apple flavored, but they've got a distinct aura of fresh cut grass about them, which is weirding me out to some extent. Fresh cut apples with a little bit of grass. Why not? There's another thing that I forgot to mention about this stream is I am actually going to try to keep this thing family friendly. I'm going to try not to swear for this whole stream because it's holidays. It's supposed to be, it's Christmas. It's supposed to be nice and warm and fuzzy for everybody. So I'm just going to be throwing out good vibes left and right, and you're all going to have to deal with it. If you came here for Grumpy Pat, you're in the wrong time of year because I love this holiday. Absolutely love my winter festivals. Oh, okay. They provide you with a little tube here. That's fun. And you just cut the end there, and you put one of these in it, and now you got a tube sprayer thing, and that's cool. But I don't care because this is way better, and this is the one I'm going to use. So that's what's up. I know that. Throw that out. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. Stars. I'm worried because I keep hitting the cord here, and I don't want to hit that cord. I want everything to look proper. So let's get our stars into a cup. Those are so cute. The little eyes are drawn on so well. It's like a nice clean, I don't know, they look great. I think they did a really good job on that. Must have one of those like printers, like sugar printers. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to put the coins in the same cup. Because I think I'd like a sprinkling of stars and a sprinkling of coins. They're all good luck. I'll mix them together real good. There we are. And then what else have we got? We've got our two mushrooms, and these are, I'm curious. I wanna hold these in my little hand and find out what this is. Oh boy. Charlotte turned to me the other day and was like, do you think we should get a gingerbread house together? And I went, or you could just tell me you want a divorce. Listen, these are fun. Don't get dark. These, oh my God, dude, these are 100%. That is a sugar candy. That's like a sugar wafer that they printed the little design on. That's an edible. I'm going to get an extra life. So Shathis, when I kill myself from the grief of having to construct a gingerbread house, I'll come back to life because I've consumed this. Fantastic. Those are really, really well made. I'm impressed. You only get two. You get a green one and a red one. So I'm gonna hang out of those, and then all of these little guys. This is like the it's like confetti or glitter. You really have to be careful with this sort of teeny tiny sugar wafers. They go all over. Oh no, they run all over. I'm sorry, I screwed it up. Screwed up the line. It's from A Christmas Story. Oh, those have a powerful smell of McDonald's about them. Like when I opened that bag, there was like this is barely edible. It is the vibe I got off of that particular. There you go. I'll pick up my toes. Wow. Yeah, that bag had some funk in it. I don't think I'll be eating a whole lot of those little red and green and white sugar candies. They don't smell appetizing at all. But I'm going to read the packaging here. It says, ready to use icing. Important! Knead massage icing pouch for 1 minute to a soft, smooth consistency. Remove the cap and snip the tip to a 1/4 inch opening. Crap, I do need a pair of scissors for this. That's a bummer. Okay. Warning, choking hazard. Small parts, cap on icing tube, not for children under 3 years. I could knead this for a solid minute until it reaches a smooth consistency, or I could acknowledge that it's been sitting in this room at a not all that cold temperature. It's not like we're keeping it in the fridge. It's not exactly solid. It's definitely a goo. But I'll follow the directions anyway. You never know. You can screw it up, and I can knead this package for a solid minute. That'll be fine. I am gonna need scissors. I am gonna need to go like consult my roommate and be like, you got scissors? 'Cause I can't find them. I don't know my way around my own house. I spend all my time over at the girlfriend's. I don't know what's going on anymore. That's been a minute, right? Can I stop this? There's something that feels inappropriate about it. Good. Okay. All right. That's been a solid minute. There we go. Important. Completely read through instructions before you begin. Okay. Helpful hints. Be sure to start assembling your castle 3 to 4 hours before you want to decorate, so your castle has plenty of time to set up and be ready for decorating. Well, that's going to be a problem. Don't worry if you should crack or break a cookie panel while working on it. Just use the icing as glue to join the panels. Let's set for 1 hour. Then continue assembling and decorating. Icing can also be used to fill any uneven areas. Remember that icing sets quickly. Does it really? Because it says it takes an hour. Remember that icing sets quickly. When you're not using the bag and tip, cover the tip with the cap that came on the pouch. Be sure to place your candy within 5 minutes of icing to ensure that it will adhere. Well, that seems like a massive contradiction of, I guess I'll say, the mythology behind the icing process of this. That doesn't seem like it's realistic or reasonable. Step 1, prepare the cookie. Before you even begin to assemble your castle, check all the panels. As with any baked product, sometimes there's slight shape variations in the cookie panels. Look over all the panels to be sure the edges are straight. Using a plastic ruler and a paring knife, trim the bottom and inside edges on each panel so they will align when assembled. Seriously? Step 2, prepare the base. The base is made for the cardboard insert that is included in the wrapped cookie panels packed in the carton. Place the insert on a flat surface to use as the base for building your castle. Step 3, prepare ready-to-use icing pouch with twist-on tips. Knead icing pouch for 1 minute to get icing to a smooth consistency. Twist off the cap, remove, and snip the tip to a 6.3 millimeter, 1/4 inch opening. Twist on one of the plastic decorating tips. Squeeze icing from the bottom of the bag. This forces the icing down into the tip. Really? And so I should squeeze from the bottom of the bag, not from the. Okay, all right. Apply even pressure with all fingers. The icing will come out of the tip until you stop squeezing. Uh, Good, because if it kept going after that, I'd be very upset. As you decorate, periodically twist the bag to force the icing down into the tip. Use fingers. Use fingers of the other hand to guide the tip as you decorate. All right, fine. Step 4, assemble the castle. This kit includes 4 cookie panels, 2 short sides, 1 long front with a door, and 1 long back. To assemble the castle, you will need the prepared base. I'll need it, will I? I'm not sure I believe that. In fact, I suspect I won't at all. But that's fine. I get it back. I'll get it back. It is nicer looking for sure. Oh, I see, and it's got some sort of like anti-slip stuff on it. All right, we'll see about that. There we go. Join one side panel of the long. Yeah, I got that. Underside of the panel at the bottom is inside of the edge of the long front panel. Joint the panel so that the side of the panel is positioned on the inside edge of the front panel. Yeah, okay, so you want to lead with the big boy and ignore the short boy. I got it. Attach other long back panel and short side panel in the same manner. Attach the first 2 parts. Let them dry 2 to 3 hours before further decorating. So we've been told it dries in 5 minutes. We've been told it dries in 1 hour. We've been told it dries in 4 hours, and now we've also been told it dries in 2 to 3 hours. Apparently this ice, they just really wanted to cover all of their bases with this icing and make sure that that nobody could rely on it for anything. That's good. And the back instructions are written en français. So if you are French, i.e. Char, then you could read that too. What is this? Green fondant? Really? There's green fondant. That's very interesting. I have to go ask my roommate for a pair of scissors, and then I will be right back. Keep it here, kids. There we go. And we should be ready to actually go. I have a pair of scissors now. Ho, ho, ho. I have a machine gun. So we can actually open our frosting here. There we go. I'm not sure that this is the best place to put camera, honestly, in retrospect, because you're getting a whole lot of forearm and elbow here. I almost feel like this would be a better place, because you're not seeing what I'm seeing, but you are seeing where the action is, so to speak. Thoughts, feelings, opinions, sudden violent outbursts. I feel like that's just a better. I don't know. I feel like that's a better vibe all around. But you guys let me know. Get a little microphone here too. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and. It says you can unscrew this cap. Yeah, you think so? Okay. All right. Well, then I'll keep it like that. I'll rotate things periodically so that you guys can actually like see the stuff. It'll be cool. In the meantime, let's just nip the tip. 3/4 of an inch, it says. I have no idea. I have no conception of what 3/4 of an inch is. There is a line there, but I don't want to cut it to that. That terrifies me. Because there ain't no coming back from that. That's a place you don't come back from. You know what I mean? So I feel like what I'm going to do instead of that is I'm going to cut it deliberately too short. And then this, it says this screws on? In what way would this possibly screw on? I'm confused. It does. It does. Okay. Well, that'll teach me to be a smarty pants. That's wild, dude. Yeah, they got little screws inside of there. You can barely see them, but they are there. So I'm gonna cut this right about here. What seems like really more like 1/4 of an inch. Oh boy, that just went right off of there. And then I screw this on. Get it on there real good. There we are. And try doing some icing. And that actually comes out at a surprisingly regulated flow. Not too much. Not too little. Of course, I have no real frame of reference for what is too much or too little, because I don't know how much frosting is necessary for the physical attachment of this wall. But it looks like that's on there. And I'll use this as my little sort of corner. And then I'll use this as my sort of corner on there. There we go. And then we'll set them up like that. And then I'll do it again. This time over here on this one. Now, I wanted to put some Christmas music on for this stream, but obviously I can't, or the DMCA will come after me. So, what I recommend instead is that you yourself throw on A Heavy Metal Christmas by Christopher Lee, because that is just a great album to listen to while you're building a gingerbread house, or while you're watching your friend build a gingerbread house. Just got that on there. I got this on here. Seem like they're pretty well stuck together. It's looking a little crooked, kind of coming apart, but there it is. There you have it. That's the idea of their little gingerbread house. The only problem is this stuff takes minutes or possibly hours to set. I'm unclear on which. So that poses a little bit of a problem. But I have a theory on a solution. Hang tight. I'm going to give it a few to try to let it set up and see how that works. Because who knows, this might work. This might be okay. Could be all right. No, I can feel it all coming apart there. You know what? I got a better idea. We're gonna need to prime. We're gonna need to prime this a little bit. This edge. Need to clean that off a little bit. It's just like they said. Sometimes you need to scrape it. And here, what do I wipe this on? The directions, of course. There we go. Hey, get off of there. Hey, get off of there. Okay. So I'm going to prime these up a little bit by scraping them clean, making sure they're nice, even surfaces. So I feel like that's the best way to make this thing work. Good. Got that one clean. I got this one clean. I'm just scraping off what I've done here. This frosting is it needs some improving. It needs a little bit of work. Oh boy. Is the princess? Yeah. Yeah, the princess is definitely not. Oh shit. Oh darn. I really am trying to keep this clean. Well, there's some good frosting. They know what they're doing. They know their business. When it comes to making frosting, that's mighty tasty. Has a small chemical aftertaste. But that's that was bound to be the case. So, now that I've properly scraped down my edges, cleaned all of that off, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my improvised solution here. And that is a hot glue gun. I'm going to try to use a hot glue gun on this thing instead. Need an extension cord, though. A little disappointed. Bring this over here. So yeah, okay, your average contractor is going to try to use the basic icing that's kind of a cheap stopgap solution. But sometimes you got to step it up a notch. You got to make sure that you're using the right materials for the job. And you know, I'm a union contractor, so I got to know what I'm talking about. You know, so there's some hot glue in there. We'll just go ahead and put in a fresh squeeze. Don't let her cool down too much there before you squeeze the joint. That's right. That's right. You get that hot glue in there, and then you just squeeze it. Oh geez, you know, I guess the surface was a little off because of the whole frosting thing, but that's okay. We can go right over again. We'll go right over that again. You know, some folks, they try to skimp on the hot glue. They think, you know, it's ugly, or that it sticks out at you know, looks goopy or whatever. But listen, if you want the building to hold, you got to make sure you put plenty of that on there. Oh yeah, that's nice and hot. That's good melty hot glue right there. Okay, so yeah, you know, improvised solutions. Sometimes you know, you get your little threads here. You just do this in your hand. It'll come together a nice little ball for you. There it is. There it is. There she goes. Okay, so like I said, we're just gonna do that on each of the joints there. Now, you know what? I might need to go ahead and hit this from the outside too, just to make sure I get a good solid coat. We don't want to take any chances here. We can't have this thing. Structural integrity is the most important part, you know? Safety. Safety first. A lot of folks out there worrying about aesthetics. But, you know, the real point of a building is that you're going to be safe inside of it. You know, so you can make a nice looking building, but it's no good if it doesn't keep you warm and dry. So that's my primary concern. All right, so we got a nice hot glued joint there. Gonna go ahead, hit this second joint. We're gonna get that in there. You just hold tight, mister. You just hold tight. And again, a little bit more around the edges there. Looks like I'm just about to the bottom of my stick here. No worries there. Oh, I said no worries there. I got more hot glue sticks around here someplace. I think I think I might have trapped them underneath the computer there. So I'm gonna put this in as a sort of a... No, that's all right. It's holding itself up. It's holding itself up there. Okay. All right. Fresh glue stick. And again, coming in from the outside, just trying to make sure you get as much, you know, get a smooth, solid coat in there. That's what's important. Even, nice, thick, structurally sound. There you are. That frosting, that'll let you down every time, you know. A lot of folks make that mistake. It's a common mistake in the beginning of a construction process, is you know, subpar materials. It's tragic, really, when you think about it. Now the problem here is I didn't follow the directions. The directions said you're supposed to hook one of these to one side of this and the other one to the other side of it, and then you joint them together once you've got that done. But I jumped ahead of myself here, and I'm paying for it now. That's okay. That's okay. See? You can see where the weakness is. You can see the mistake there. And that's okay. We'll just go right over it. Hot glue is nice and flexible. That's the good thing about her. She's a flexible building material. You know, just get that right in the joint there, and then we'll just come over it again. A little bit more hot glue here. And we'll form ourselves a nice permanent seal. There you go. There you go. Okay. So we're gonna wait for that to set for just a minute or two. See, that's the great thing about hot glue. It doesn't take 5 hours to cure. This is a quick material. All right, so we got that. Oh no, she didn't stick together at all there. That's not so good. That's not so good. Came right off of there. But you know my solution to that problem? It's just more hot glue. There we go, a couple loose chunks, we'll get rid of that. By the end you'll see, this is nice and stable. Good solid building material here. I'm gonna hit it from the inside too. Get that whole edge there. There we are. That's sticking together. Little wobbly at first. That's okay. That's all right. We'll get there. It just takes a little time, a little adjustment. But little by little. You end up with a better finished product. Always a better finished product with the hot glue. Oh, it came right off of there. All of it just came right off of there. Look at that. You know what that is? That's because I laid down the frosting first. You know, nothing to bond to. Nothing to bond to. It's unfortunate. Is what it is. Proper scoring is another thing you can think about with the hot glue there. If you really rough up this edge a little bit, you know. As much of that frosting out of there as possible. There we are. Burr it a little bit, you know. There we go. I'll do the same on here, just to make sure. Rough it up good. A little uneven even. Don't want it all even. was all even, there'd be nothing to stick into, you know? So, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and put that down here. Nice thick coat. And then pop that on there. There we go. I can feel that. I can feel that sticking already. Good. Speaking of sticking, gonna need another stick here soon. Go ahead and put that in there. I can't do that Milwaukee, Wisconsin accent through this whole friggin' thing, or I'll lose my mind, and probably so will you. Let's be honest. There we go. I can feel that. That's a nice bonded. It's a nice bonded thing right there. Yeah, that's holding up better. Do some fresh hot glue on the outer seam here. Spread that around. Try to get it, you know, to kind of connect to everything. Up here, down there. There you go. You know, I would have used solder, but it's fire hazard. Fire hazard. If you're playing around with that stuff around Christmas, you got enough candles around and stuff already. You know, you could really cause an accident that way, right in your own home. But I need to find some way to sturdy this up a little. Liquid nails, maybe? I could drive some screws in here. There we go. There we go. That feels a lot sturdier. A lot sturdier. There's one minor problem, though, which is this front door, which is sure nice to look at, but it doesn't really provide access, you know, and I find that unsettling. So what I figured I'd do is I just knock that right out of there. And so I got my handy Dremel tool with my burr here. And I thought we'd just go in through the front. Just punch a hole right in there. Oh, she's going. There she goes, kids. Almost. We're almost there. And there we go. Okay. So like I said, we took that front door right out of there. And now the problem is that the front door is not actually providing any real protection to the home. And that's a problem for me, and I imagine it'll probably be a problem for the buyer as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shave down the sides of the door, and then we're going to put some hot glue on one side so that it has hinges, so the door actually opens and closes. But I'm going to need to sand it down a little bit before I do that. I don't see why I'm doing this with this tool at all. Well, when I got a better one, just sitting here, ready to go. I mean, sure, it's a wood burr, but it works just as well on gingerbread, as far as I'm concerned. So, you get that going. All right, okay. Okay, so I got this. That's going to be the challenge. It's trying to get the door to swing. But we'll see. What direction of most... Okay, let's assume most of the population right-handed. We're going to want the door to open... and swing this way, or we're going to want the door to open and swing this. The handle's usually on the right-hand side, right? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to want the handle, we're going to want the hinges on the left-hand side. And this is going to need to be real thick. And then we're going to place it on there. Squeeze it a little, but then deliberately pull it loose and let that dry a bit. Give me a second, because it's an idea. This whole thing's a bit of an experimental process, Cool that down, blow on it a little. Okay, the door is now floating in place. From there we can construct the hinges. We need the hinges to be a little sturdier at least. A little bit more connecting these two. Just have free floating matter in there, We got a foundation to build on. All right. Let that dry. And loosen and turn. There we go. Okay, so what we got here is a door that actually swings a little bit on an arm made out of hot glue. It is loose hot glue. It is not well attached, and that is the point. That's how the door swings. See, so you guys, you can call me what you will, but I am making an actual product for an actual miniature-sized person who wants to live inside of gingerbread. So we need to have the amenities. Another thing I've noticed, there's no windows here. there's nothing. There's no light. I don't know. I mean, I could worry about that right now, or I could go for the roof. It's up to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and have a little sip of my beverage here. Hello, how you doing? Janetomy, nice to see you. We've so far we've used our hot glue gun to joint together the gingerbread house because the frosting was not going to set for another 4 or 5 hours, and that simply won't do. And then we used our Dremel tool to carve out the door, which was stationary, a stationary door. Then we built hinges out of hot glue so that the door actually has a little bit of an open and close to it there. So that's now a functioning door. And now I'm thinking it's either rooftop time or it's time to take out these windows. They're just drawn on. They don't actually let any light into the place. So I thought maybe we could take care of that post haste. And I'll get this place looking a little bit more presentable, a little bit more functional for the consumer. But give me a second to rotate this thing here. There we go. All right, so the door is at this point falling off, and I am sorry about that. But you can see, good. You can actually see one of those windows. So here's one. You might want to turn it down for this part. See? And it comes right out, just like that. And the great part about that is that, first of all, it lets in light. It opens up the environment to the interior, makes it just a more energetic home to live in, and it's delicious. Those individual windows, you take them out and you get to enjoy them. That's not even for the buyer. That's just for you. That's like a bonus. So. And the less material you waste in cutting that out of there, the bigger the piece of cookie that you get to eat. That's just incentive to do the job well, as far as I'm concerned. It's great ASMR, isn't it? This is what the kids want. So I got that. There's 2 more windows in the back, as you can see. But here's our house. It's starting to come along. It's starting to look like someplace you might actually want to live. I'm going to do these back ones real quick. If you want to turn the volume down for a sec, you go ahead. We'll clean up on those corners. We'll clean up in these corners. There you go. Now, real estate, really interesting right now. A lot of people looking to buy a home. So you've got a lot of potential buyers out there, but you have to be willing to take care of them. You know, so I'm prioritizing light and openness. I want people to feel at home. I want people to be able to look out their windows and enjoy their yards, which we haven't gotten to landscaping yet. And frankly, I don't know if we'll have time for it tonight. But the goal here is just to make sure that fucking sorry, it's a PG stream. It's supposed to be a PG stream, but I just kind of burned my hand on this hot glue gun. It took me right out of the joke. Okay, I'm good. It's fine. I guess it's a tradition whenever I do my crafting streams that I'm going to burn myself horribly in some way. You should make stained glass windows by crunching up Jolly Ranchers and melting it in the oven. I could do that. I could do something like that. Or I could actually make semi-translucent windows out of hot glue and then these things of confetti or whatever it is. But I think we're going to leave that for the frosting. Now, here's the deal. No home is complete without a roof. So that's one of the reasons that I decided to mash the kits together, because I saw this lovely Super Mario kit and thought, you know, that's a great design. But you're not getting anywhere unless you've got a roof. So that's why I bought the second kit, because I figured we could incorporate that second kit into our castle here, and we could find a way to balance some of these pieces on top of it that made it have an actual roof. Because what is the point in making a gingerbread castle if the people inside of it are just going to be like living in a hollow nightmare? That's no good. So this appears to be, that's a whole house waiting to happen, but it's not going to happen because I'm going to use these big squares as rooftop pieces. So it looks like it's pre-serrated. Oh, good. They I'm so worried about this, but they snap apart easily and without rupturing the other pieces. So that's good. So what we need here is maybe two in here. We're gonna need to improvise a little bit, because these guys aren't really the right size or shape. Or ooh. That was gonna be a little Swiss chalet, I think. But I think those are wider pieces, maybe? Yes, they are. That's perfect. Okay, so I can use these like so. To lean up to our rooftop. So that's a start right there. Well, it's not perfect. It's far perfect. I got the kit from a certain establishment run by a certain very greedy family who claims to make life better by saving you money. And what they do, in fact, is rob workers of their rights and basically treat everybody like garbage. Could I do this and this? Yes, I could. That's better. That's even better. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take... Ooh, our door came off. We'll fix that. It's no big deal. Nothing to worry about. I'm going to put these two together with our hot glue gun. it really going to hold? I don't know, man. It seems like it. It seems like that. Oh, your hair has gotten super long. Is that how you get your powers? Yes. No. No. And if you were to cut my hair, I would retain all of those powers. So don't get that idea in your head. You or my enemies. Yes, much better. Okay. We will, so you can see there's a little bit of a groove there, and that's okay. We'll frost that out. That's no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and put some more glue in the seam just to hold it up and even things out. But I think that is going to, I think that's going to work just fine. Be really careful here not to get gingerbread dust inside of my hot glue gun, because that's a house fire right there. So everybody knows that the best way to even out a layer of thick hot glue while it's still cooling is with your own bare fingers, right? You guys all learned that in school. So what you do is you just slide your finger along there, and then you scream inside, but you don't let that scream out. You slide your fingers along, and there you go. See? Now it's nice and smooth. And that will look much nicer once we put our frosting on there. So we've got that. I'm going to need another one of those, and I think these might be the same size. So, but let's find out. Let's just double check. Nope, they're not. They're not even close to the same size. But they'll do. That's what they always say in carpenter school. That'll do. Actually, what I'm going to do at this point is use my knife to shave these down to be the same size as those, because I want things that are a little smaller. So shave this down. Just like so. You know what? Actually, I got a better tool for this. I've got... So this is my box of Dremel heads. What we do here is we'll go ahead and... Do I plan on eating this? Yes. Glue is good for you. It's nature's candy. Everyone knows that. So we'll take this head, and actually that's funny because I should have, and I stressed should, but didn't. Need to have my my collet tool here. You take your collet tool, you depress the lock button, you loosen the collet. Maybe the other way. Yep, it's the other way. You loosen the collet, take this right out, pop that right in, and tighten her down. And a collet wrench will lock it right on there for you. Okay, there we go. Your old Dremel tool on here. And this just nice and evenly grind that edge down. Now this will grind metal, so it's definitely good enough for gingerbread. A little slower than I would have expected, honestly. Make sure that we're, I don't know, a long way to go. No, I think I might have a better tool for this yet. Go ahead and take this right off of there. That's maybe a little overkill. And frankly, not doing its job, not doing the job that I expected it to, anywhere near the way I expected it to do that job. So what I'm going to get instead is just a little mini round sandpaper drum, and put it on this rubber drum, press that down on there with the collet wrench, which is the best tool I've found for doing that. And then you use this little hole, put that through there, and then press down on the table to get it all the way in there. There we go. And now what we got is a little sander drum. And the sander drum will go right on here. It'll lock down for us. And the great thing about the sander drum is it's very quick. So. It didn't like that at all. It didn't like that at all. It ripped right off and flew away and made a noise that scared me so bad. I think I'll just go back to using a butter knife. There's a fine line between comedy and danger. And then it just scared me so bad, guys. I'm trying to be funny over here, and instead I'm just like, oh boy. Oh boy. See, that's the problem. So they're not quite the danger is comedy in the I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That is the whole concept behind this stream, was essentially that I would do things the worst way that you could, and then pass it off as like a home improvement, like love it or list it kind of show. Meanwhile, Sarah and Timothy are off at the shop buying fixtures for the lighting. Michael is grinding down the gingerbread to try to even the roots. And everybody else is laughing at him derisively. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. These are closer. Yes, sir. Those are closer than they've ever been before. Just like me and my father. I don't know. We're getting there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that works a lot better. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. That's meeting the edge. That's meeting the edge. That's all I ever dreamed of. Right there. Get our hot glue gun here. Hey, you know what? These sides here, these are no good. That's no good at all. I'm going to need to burr this off. Well, you know what that means. It means it's time to bring out the best tool that we've ever had. The best tool we've ever made use of. Here's my collet wrench. So, terrifying though it may be, the Dremel is an amazing little machine. And this little guy right here, the wood burr, it's such a small thing. It's just a round guy with some little fins on top. Have you ever seen, like, on top of a building, there's a weird little spinning sphere of fins? That's some sort of an air conditioning thing, and I have no idea how it works. That's what this is shaped like. Those fins eat into stuff. It's called a wood burr. And it's the quickest, most efficient tool I've ever used in my life. It gets the job done. Like a blowtorch in a firecracker factory. It's amazing. Well, there you are. Worked right up, didn't you? There we go. And that is that. See how nicely those go together now? See how that joint fits? It's good stuff. Good stuff. One here, and all the way up. One there, and all the way up. Remember, if you set your fingers in that hot glue, scream on the inside, kids. Don't scream out loud. It's just going to upset your friends and neighbors. It's not going to do anybody any good. So I got that. Now I've got this. I'm going to do a squeeze here, and then one all the way up. Squeeze here, and one all the way up. And then press that in there. Now we've got ourselves the beginnings of a roof. Just the very beginnings, the very basest form of the beginnings of a roof. But we've still got these pieces here, which fall right in. I don't want to do that. So we've got these pieces here, which could be kind of wedged in there, oddly. That's one way to do it. If you see what I'm doing here, we attach this like so. Put that on there. Do that. But I'd rather do like a something like this. And then find a way to make these pieces. I can make this into some sort of supporting structure there. So, not really going for an edible cake. Listen, I told you I was going to make a gingerbread house like you'd never seen before. Sorry, I had to switch to the TV so I could better hear the Dremel tool. I said I was going to make a gingerbread house like you guys had never seen before, and that is exactly what I'm doing. The Dremel tool and the hot glue gun are the best accessories that a person can have when assembling a gingerbread house. And I'll stand by those words till the day I die. Speaking of the day I die, why don't we see what happens when you combine power tools with alcohol? I have here some very Christmassy beers. Oh boy. I can't see anything on my own screen. So this is an ESB, or an extra special bitter, which is a British tradition around the holidays. And then I've also got a Southern Tier 2X Christmas, which is a Christmas ale, meaning that it is going to have a great deal of Christmassy flavor. Lily views, and nice to see yous. I'm gonna drink a beer, and I'm gonna let you guys decide which beer I drink. So it's really up to you. Also, I have to find some way to procure my bottle opener from behind this plastic wrap. For those of you who were here at the beginning of the stream, you would have noticed that I had my entire place set up with all of this crazy plastic wrap. That's because I was going to be using hot glue gun and a Dremel tool to do this stupid gingerbread thing. So that would have been a dead giveaway right there that things were about to go south. But, well, there I turned the camera, so now anybody coming in can't, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. This is the best bottle opener I have. All right, I have one vote for the British one, the ESB. Take it off. What? Hey, dude, how you doing? Bum, 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 bum. Well, that sucked. It's good to have you all here. It started out a little slow, but it's picking up. It's picking up. It's the channel's other Ethan, and the one I actually know. Indeed, sir. You found him at long last. I got one vote for the ESB. Who's the brewery that makes the ESB? Well, that's the question, isn't it? Fuller's ESB, the ESB that started it all. Multi-award-winning Fuller's ESB is acknowledged as one of the world's finest beers. The unique blend of Northdown, Target, Challenger, and Golding's hops balances the rich malty notes with a smooth, full-bodied beer bursting with marmalade fruitiness throughout. Marmalade fruitiness? Well, something of a tradition in the holidays in Great Britain. This is an extra special bitter. Okay. All right. Well, then I guess I'm gonna drink that, and we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. Hang on a second. It's time for a very special Christmas beer review after I knocked that thing on the ground because I'm an idiot too. So, let's find out if this beer is any better than the last holiday flavored beer I tried, which was... Hello, focus? It's focusing on the beer bottle top right here. Did you see that? It got a little confused. Didn't mean to confuse you there. The last holiday beer I tried was a colossal disappointment. This one is foaming over because I just knocked it off the table. So let's go ahead and get her going. I'm just naturally blurry like Sasquatch? Probably. Sasquatch is over there. He's walking. All right, guys. Jesus. This is very weird. The last time I had an ESB, it was Sam Adams Extra Special Bitter. And that was like probably a decade ago. And I remember it being like, this is one of the best beers I've ever had. And I mean, at the time, relatively unrefined palate, but it was good. It was a good Christmassy beer. This is not bitter in the same way. This is much more drinkable. How do I qualify that? It tastes like Paddington Bear's tears. No, it's It's wet. It's not dry. It has a hint of bitter. It does have some fruity flavors. But honestly, it's just a kind of malty, slightly chocolatey, slightly fruity. Certainly a good beer. Just I guess I'm thrown off because it's completely different from the oh my god, you two are out of control. Um, it's just completely different from the ESP that I had before. Very very different. Good old electronics boutique where '90s computer kids went to be patronized. Yeah, 100%. And I remember electronics boutique. I spent so much time in the electronics boutique in Camillus Mall, never buying anything because I never had any money. That I think they would like hide when I came in. Like the employees there would be like, I gotta do something in the back, and they would just leave because I'd be like, could I take a look at the Mario 64 soundtrack on CD that you have? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. It looks like it sounds very good. Yeah, it sounds like it has all the songs from the game, kid. Yeah, I really like the soundtrack in that game. It's really good. Could I have $1 to see the picture show? And they'd be like, yep. Anything else I can do to help? And I'd be like, no, that'll be all. And then 5 seconds later, I'd be like, how much is this copy of Castlevania Symphony of Night? And they'd be like, it says it's $35, and that is how much it costs. And I'd be like, oh, okay, thank you for the information. Do you have any deals? No. Promotions? No. Basically, yes. It was the same. I don't know. I just feel like when you're like a teenager, like an early teenager, like 14, I'm gonna have this for free. Didn't my sisters used to come into your store and ask you that, like on a regular basis, like pick up a random item off of the shelf and ask if they could have it for free? Well, that's a mighty fine beer. I'm enjoying that. It's good times. Oh, it is my store now. You'll notice that I'm deliberately cryptic about the name of said store because I'm trying to dissociate my brand from their brand. Gingerbread house. Now it's double view. You've got like a two-way. Why? It's me. Am I here or here or here or there? Let's get that fixed and back down to the gingerbreadness. All right. What are we gonna do in terms of making this roof? Because I really, really want a pointy roof. I'm hell-bent on a pointy roof. That's important to me. I have a lot of pieces here. A lot of pieces to work with. I've got this little guy. Actually, I got a couple of those. Okay, so if I put these two here and lean them in slightly, then I could put potatoes love, my gravy love, potatoes love, my gravy love, potatoes love, my gravy love, tomatoes and potatoes and my peas, tomatoes and potatoes and my peas. I put them in my pants and I do a little dance. I put them in my ears and my shoes. I put them in my hat and I do it just like that. It always seems to take away my blues. Potatoes. All right. Well, what have you done to me? You work some sort of witchcraft. Oh! These can be used. These can be used. These can be used to do all manner of things. But what the hell was that? Did you just put like a... Is that a Cheeto? What is that? I don't know what that icon is. Is it supposed to be one of these? Is that what you're going for? You guys are weird. It's a Dorito. Okay, well that's fine. Yeah, Cheetos are very different from Doritos. I'm sorry, I fucked up. I mean, I screwed up. I made a mistake. I am desperately trying to make this a family friendly stream, and I have sworn several times already. It's no good. I'm just a garbage person. I could use those. I could use these. I could use these with these. All right, this plus this. It's great. See how stable it is? Quiet now, everybody. All right, I could use these. And then I could use this. And then I could fill that gap with this. See? See? And then this would go over here. Awful. Oh, it's just the worst. All right. You got to help me out here, guys. You got to throw me some freaking ideas. Because I feel like that's something. I feel like that's something. The fact that these kind of vaguely, loosely fit together is something. But it begins and ends with this. That's the single most important part of the equation. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that happen by sheer force of will. It's going to begin with me grinding this way. For those of you out there curious, yes, I do get it closer to them. Is that better? Was that what you wanted? You like that? All right. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, because it's never happening again. All right, so I got that. Yeah. And then this. It's like if ASMR was invented by the Spanish Inquisition. You love it. Confess. Did you see Goody Proctor with the devil? It's an ASMR effect on you. Lynn, I want you to consider the possibility that there might be something a little bit strange about you. Okay, this joint right here, this is the stuff. Yo, Lynn, I don't know if you got my messages on the text application there, but I sent you a picture of a bottle of Norwegian small batch gin that Indigo and I picked up at the store the other day, and it's serious. I think it might be the best gin I've ever tasted. We picked it up just because it was like, this is folksy and fun and wacky, but it's genuinely very good. So we were both impressed. Because I like Norwegian stuff, and I'm like, yay, Norway! Like, if I see anything that says this is from Norway, I'm like, let's have Norway. And Norway is a fabulous place, but like anywhere else, it's not without its flaws, and it's not like they're infallible. They did good. They did a good job on this here small batch gin. I'm just saying. It has notes of the local berries. It has juniper. It has a lot of citrusy qualities to it. It's very, very aromatic and flavorful. It's light and crisp on the palate. You could get yourself into trouble with that. It's not a heavy drink. Usually, when you've got something that's a little heavier, like, very few people are like, yes, I think I'd like a second glass of port. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of thick and rich, and it feels like you've just eaten a slice of Bavarian chocolate cake. But this stuff is so light and refreshing that you could find your way to the bottom of the bottle fairly quickly. We were really, really impressed. You ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? No, I haven't. Why? Why do you ask? I've never danced with the devil, period. I hate that guy. Hey, yeah, bad! Good stuff. Let's see here. We also picked up a bottle of Linny's Aquavit, which has the most interesting origin story of... it's I highly recommend it. Picked up Linny's Aquavit, which has the coolest origin story of any booze I've ever heard in my life, which is that this is apparently the Linya style of distillation now. Not just Linny's brand, but Linya refers to a type of Aquavit. Aquavit being a distilled beverage, not unlike gin, in that it is mostly vodka. It's potato alcohol that's been infused with botanicals and aromatics and such. But the key ingredients in this are caraway and or dill. To be aquavit, it must have at least one of those two things. And then there are a bunch of other rules and regulations as well. Usually star anise in there as well. But you get the drift. Anyway, we went and got this bottle of Linny's, and Linny's has a little story on the bottle about how it was first made. They just made regular aquavit, and then they tried to sell it overseas to the various nations of East Asia. Nobody bought. It all came back. And at first they were disappointed, but then they cracked open the 5 barrels that had been shipped over there and said, well, we might as well drink them ourselves. They cracked them open, had a taste, and hot diggity dog, it had gotten 1,000,000 times better. And they went, what? And they determined that it was the advanced maturation process caused by the rolling of the seas and the changing of the weather patterns and temperatures encountered as a ship takes casks of booze across the equator a couple of times. And so now Linny's bottles or Linny's casks are matured by putting them into oak casks and shipping them across the equator no less than twice. And so you wind up with this beverage that it's been shaken about inside of the cask, and it's really absorbed the aromatics of the cask. It winds up a darker brown color than other aquavits, and it's got a little bit more of a smoky, rich flavor, and I absolutely adore this stuff. So I picked up a bottle for Christmas because I'm excited about Christmas. I like Christmas. Christmas is good. So Indigo and I have been drinking aquavit and Norwegian gin and stuff like that. I'm heading out for a bit for dinner, but don't get in my room. Mosquitoes, you've no right to be here. It's December. Sorry. I'm heading out for a bit. Later it's coming along great. If I don't see you, not sure you're planning to stream Wednesday. Have a lovely Christmas. I don't know what the plan is for this whole holiday season. It's going to get weird. So that's probably a fair plan to just say, like, Merry Christmas now. But thanks for showing up. And I hope we'll see you again soon. And I hope you and your family have just the best. Well, I know half of your family has Hanukkah, and then the other half of your family has Christmas. So I hope that both of the Hanukkah went well and Christmas goes well. Covering my bases. So there we go. It's coming along well. Except for that was a bad time. What just happened there? That was not so great. You can see I've got that like that. What if I were to go like this? And then we'll cover our mistakes with frosting. Maybe break into strips and then board them across. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I can use a Dremel tool to make my own. Yeah. Yeah, why not? It's just crazy enough to work. I got a couple of strips here. Are you talking like making a couple of strips and doing like this and this and this? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about more of this? More of these. More of these. More of that. That could work. This has theoretical promise. This could work. This could work. This will work. This is what I'll do. I need to get... Why do I have 3 of these? I only have 3 of those pieces. That's weird. But what are you going to do? Alright. I'm going to put glue down here. And glue up along here. So about there. And then I'll cram that in there. I'll burn my hand on hot glue. It'll be great. Hey, can one of you guys do me a favor and look something up for me? I need to know who the original performer of the song This Christmas was. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. You know that one. I need you to find that out for me. The original artist behind This Christmas. Danny Hathaway. Okay. Now I need you to go ahead and listen to that. Because I found this out on a podcast I listened to called Wonderful. The original version is frightening. It has this horn stab that's just amazing. I'm going to eat another one of these things because they taste like grass and apples. Grass and apples. I might need to knock some of these out. I don't know. They could be skylights. There we go. That's going to happen. That right there, get ready for it. Gonna happen. First, need to burr off this house. Actually, no, I'll just point it inward. I'll point it inward. But the original version of that song has this horn stab that's like weird. And he's like, and this Christmas, bum bum bum, will be. And it's like in minor notes. It's spooky. Ow. I burned myself. Also, that's not what I'm sticking at all. Ow. 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 Why is this burning me? Guys, why am I burning myself? Alright, I got that. And here's the other side of that one. Put that one over here. Isn't it ridiculous? That's the original version of that song, and then nobody else played it for years and years and years because they were like, this is a weird Christmas song. And then somebody else redid it, and it became like the Christmas track that it is now. Very odd. See that? When your hot glue gun runs out of glue and you have to force wedge another piece of hot glue into the end there, the trick is to use your chin to jam it in there properly. That's how you keep everything good and proper and ready to go. That's a top tip from us here at this old gingerbread house. I'm gonna cram so many little tiny bits of gingerbread into this thing that you guys are not even gonna like know how to deal with it all. You're gonna be like, but Pat, why? And I'll be like, because I said so. Let me get this one in here. I've had that song echoing in my head for days. I listened to that podcast like 3 years ago. Like that came out a while ago. And every time that I hear the mall playing This Christmas, it's gonna look like the Skeksis Castle. That's a win. That's a victory. But every time I hear that song, that's all I can think about. So, thanks a lot, wonderful podcast. I'm glad he put that in my head. Right, we got that there. The top's going to be like weird shards. There's just going to be like weird shards sticking up, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. I've come to terms with it. Why haven't you? that. Yes. Almost, not quite. Try it again. Perfect. Perfect. Get that right there. Glue it down just right. Add a little more. Too much glue tonight. You can never have too much glue. That's my Christmas message to you. It's coming along. Now I need little triangles. I need little triangles to fit in here. I have not watched the show Vikings. And you can't make me. Because you told... No, it's... This is now... This is... Jenny, this is my entire life now. People ask me, have you seen this show? And I say, no, I haven't. And then they go, oh, dude, you should really check it out. It's great. And then I go, okay, cool. And then I don't watch that show. And it's like The Mandalorian. It's Vikings. It was Game of Thrones for the longest time. I'm sure it'll be Game of Thrones again when the new one comes out. It's just every single... Then watch it while stream... What? Why would I watch... How would that even be... Like I put on headphones and I just watch the show and then you guys watch my facial reactions while I watch Vikings? Is that what you're suggesting? Oh, yeah, I don't know how... I mean, I guess... There are people out there doing Stranger Things on Twitch, so I guess that's fair. That's fair. But, it's also not... I don't know, man. I just don't watch shows anymore. Dude, like, my sister just got me access to Disney Plus. I have, it's just been nothing but old episodes of The Simpsons that I've already seen. That's what I've watched. That and Christmas things. I do that while I sleep. Oh, it's gonna get loud in here. I'm taking this one, I'm putting a line through it. It worked. Good, I can do the construction site ASMR. See? It's close. It's close to what I need it to be. It's not quite, but it's coming along. And that's what's important. I need to cut this thing in half again. Not where you think, though, my very good friend. Is that going to fit in there? Yeah, it is. Good. Okay. Under you. Same thing. that. And then this diagonally. There's that. More triangle pieces. Lots more triangle pieces. What? Catole. Better go feed that fish. Did you I'm sorry, did somebody press a button? Somebody redeemed the fish. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm not looking at that screen. I'm sorry. It's really going to screw up the stream to feed up to feed the fish, because I have to like move everything. Like I've said, there's a table and everything. You're gonna have to hang on. Alright, I switched it to this camera. Now we're here. It's really gonna. I can't reach it right now. Like that's as close as I can get to the fish. Everything's weird right now, guys. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm trying to get fish food without spilling it all over my floor. Ah, there you go, fish. Do you want some of that? Go eat that food. Go eat that food. I said eat that food. There. I heard the pellets drop. Go on, fish. Fish eat food, fish. Eat the food. Go on, X. You want some food? It's over here. The food fell over here. She's not hungry right now. Oh, there she goes. She's like, oh yeah, food. Oh yeah, let's rock and roll. It's time for food. Yeah. All right, she's pretty jazzed about that food. It took a few for her to work her way up to it, but she seems like she's pretty excited about the food now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking at the way that I have my Streamlabs configuration set up. I was looking at like my own chat over there. There's like a second window further that I can look at for chat where it shows like where you've redeemed stuff. But if I look all the way over there, I can't see what's happening like on my stream, because I'm set to Zoom so I can actually read the text. So I'm probably missing stuff, and I'm sorry about that. But stick with me. Let's see here, Gingerbread House stream. There we go. There it is. Now I know. Don't do it again. You're dead to me. You guys are jerks. Alright, let's see here. Is Jasper there with you? Yes. Yes. We're so close. We're so close. That's so close to what I want it to be. And yet, ever so far away. that will fit in there. My baby's here. Hello, baby. How you doing? It's upstairs playing Terraria. Nice. Well, tell him I said hi. And that he's a jerk and he bummed me out for not watching my stream. Made me feel like a piece of garbage. You tell him exactly that. So baby, we had to get a little creative to make this thing set properly. Because the gingerbread house comes with frosting that takes 4 hours to set. And I was like, nope. So I had my hot glue gun and plenty of glue sticks, and I said, what the heck? Let's do that. Now I'm going to burn myself getting this into this tiny corner. And that piece of gingerbread into that tiny corner. There we go. I got it in. I did indeed burn myself, just as I promised. So there's that. Listen, half of the gingerbread houses that you get out there, they've got stuff. You can't eat that stuff. This is just a functional. It's just the gingerbread house that it may not be the gingerbread house that we deserve or that we need, but it's the gingerbread house that we got. Okay, so you're all gonna have to learn to live with that. Like the newest Batman movie, they're like, not the hero we deserve, or even the hero we need, but he's the hero we've got. And he just comes out like, yeah! Chainsaw, just like gutting random criminals. A complete maniac on the loose. You could replace the glue on the hot glue gun with molten sugar. You say that like that's a thing. Have you dealt with molten sugar? Because it's just horrifying. He's the hero who happened to show up. My parents made caramel one time, and hot sugar scares me so bad. Yeah, I just decided at the beginning of the stream that I wasn't going to eat this castle, and that is a shame. Because it was not free. I went out and bought this thing with my hard-earned money. During reduced hours in a pandemic. So this has cost me everything I have. But was it worth it? Probably not. Is it still awesome? Yes. Am I throwing away food when there are people out there hungry? Yeah. But if it's any consolation, most of those people will be dead from coronavirus soon, so it's okay. It's all going to work out fine. Alright, you can't see what I'm doing, but what I've just done is that. See that? The house has skylights. You like that? I didn't just expose you to Walmart people. I exposed my roommates to Walmart people. And my coworkers to Walmart people. Yes. I did that all so that I could hot glue a castle together on stream. Do you love me, Mama? Are you proud of me? You exposed yourselves to me at Walmart. You exposed yourself to me at Walmart for this? Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, just gonna get loud again for a second. Hang tight. God. So much of this dust everywhere. Oh, God. The hot glue gun. Transcendent, haunting, transcendental, and otherworldly. Please try not to breathe this. Oh, boy. Yeah, I think you may have a point about that. Breathing in the sweet, sweet ether that's been spread by these gingerbread pieces as they slowly disintegrate into nothing is probably not great for a person. There we go. A little nervous there. Hang on. I gotta... Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I gotta get this piece in here. There. Okay. That worked. What I'm really looking forward to is the frosting and decoration phase. It turns into a really wild stream fast when Pat starts snorting gingerbread and glue. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you know, get that frosting right in there. Just speaking of frosting, a little treat while we're working on this. A little treat for myself. A little something for me, you know. Need to burr this off. Got it. Get this end off of here too. It's like a dog. Nice. For those of you who are not aware of this delightful story, my little sister, like at a young age, this is not something that she did in her 20s or something. She was like 5, was discovered hunched over on hands and knees on the kitchen table. And there was a stick of butter precariously missing from the table that had just been there moments before. And my father and brothers looked at her in horror, and she proudly proclaimed, "I ate it like a dog." It's a family favorite. Black Mud Puppy is privy to a lot of these because he and I have been friends since like first grade, so he knows some wonderful stories about my kin. About my kin. That's about as good as I think that roof is going to get. And what I mean by that is I am sick of working on it. So I'm going to do something else now. And by that, I mean I'm going to put a bunch of frosting onto this untouched mushroom thing. And then I'm going to eat it. Because I haven't covered this mushroom in glue. So it's safe to eat. According to the FDA. Isn't that cute? as bad as you want to eat frosting right now. Yeah, this is a Mario Brothers gingerbread kit. It's all it's like 100%. The sugar stars is like the invincibility star. Everything about this kit. That's why it's a Mario Castle. Before I ruined it. That's the... Aren't they adorable? These guys did a great job with this gingerbread kit. I'm putting more frosting on. For those of you who can't tell. In retrospect, eating dinner before this stream probably would have been a good idea. But instead, I'm going to subsist on beer and gingerbread. And as a 38-year-old man, I'm sure I won't have any stomach problems afterward. I did absolutely tell you where I got it. I said I got it from a store owned by a certain family who claims to improve lives by letting you save more. But what they actually do is step on workers' rights and ruin life for everybody. It's a place I hate shopping. A place I regularly avoid shopping. But it was the only place that had a Mario Brothers gingerbread house. So what are you going to do? Yeah. That's right. I forgot. Somebody else already mentioned the name of this establishment on the stream. So there's no point in me covering up the fact that I shopped at Walmart. Okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's the secret deal. I have a partnership with the Waltons. Can you imagine if I sold out that hard? Good God. Wait, he's fast, but he can't read. Sonic the Hedgehog. I haven't thought about that in a while. That kind of came out of nowhere. Food, but I too am lazy. I understand. Wholeheartedly. What I would really like at this particular moment is pizza and wings. That's the dream, you see. But it was not meant to be. And that is why when I get home, I'll probably have spicy ramen noodles. Because as I said before, I spent all of my money on this crappy gingerbread house that I'm now sticking together with hot glue for your amusement. All right, that's a solid roof. That roof right there. Good Lord, what is up with Streamlabs? Just adds. I didn't program it to do this, guys. I haven't changed the ad frequency or anything in months, and it's just going nuts. Like, do you want to stream? Do you want to buy some stuff with Pat's stuff on it? Buy that stuff. Oh, leftover pasta. That's right. Yeah, it's become self-aware or incredibly aware of me. One of the two. I think that's a solid castle right there. I think that's ready to decorate. Don't you think that's ready to frost right there? I'm going to take this thing off of here. And I'm going to remove the stone of shame. And then I'm going to attach the stone of triumph. Would this structure support a small baby? Possibly. Yeah, I mean, it is put together with hot glue. Might be surprised what hot glue can do. Now, we're going to coat this roof. Oh boy. And nobody will have any idea that this thing is actually constructed out of hot glue when we're done. They won't have a way to know that thing because it'll be so covered in frosting that it'll fool the neighbors. See what I'm saying? Uncomfortable though. Are you covering the hot glue and then playing a fun prank on? Oh my god! Oh my god! That would be fabulous. It's probably not toxic. Probably. It's probably nothing. Probably. Check me with the sweet Half-Life references. That's what the kids like these days, right? You would be surprised at the amount of force required to get this frosting out of this bag. Surprised and perhaps offended. But once it's out, then it's going to be carefully, like a palette knife, like an artisan using a palette knife. It can be spread across the surface of this gingerbread roof. But only a couple of times before it becomes janky and terrible. And the whole project has to be... Jasper nodded. He agrees that the Half-Life references are what the kids want these days. Well, that's good. See that? See that? That's a bona fide roof right there. They'll never know. The neighbors will never know. Wait, did you feed the fish again? Stop, guys! I can't, no. Nope. No. No. You've abused it, and now you've lost your fish feeding privileges. You can't overfeed a goldfish. The digestive system of this creature is very simple. I'll feed the fish in a minute, or at the very least bring the camera over in the fish's direction, because the fish clearly doesn't need any more food. I can hear her picking away at the rocks back there. She's just like picking up rocks and moving them around in the bottom of her tank. Because she's such a goofball. Fold some socks. That's what you want? That's what you came to the stream for? Look at that. Look at that skillful application of the frosting. Just ever so gently globbing it on there. And spreading it around. I have no idea how I'm going to manage to carefully spread the frosting around on like this surface. That's a disaster waiting to happen, is what that is. But we're going to make it happen. Me and or the captain. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. No, it looks awful. It's a disaster. It won't like stick to the roof anymore. It's weird. It's almost like the hot glue doesn't want frosting to stick to it. And then the sawdust produced by the act of grinding off excess matter from the gingerbread house, the ginger dust, the gingerbread dust, it seems to reflect the application of frosting as well. I should have taken this thing out into the yard and sandblasted it before I tried frosting this roof. This is a nightmare. I'm going to move the camera over here so you can see. You guys can actually get a look at what it is that I'm doing over here. There you go. Ow. Fucking leaking on the... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Just more. Put on more. Better just eat the frosting. Yeah, it's probably not the wrong choice. Oh. A little air bubble there. All right, it's starting to work. Emote more. React more. We're getting to the tail end of this frosting tube, guys. That's not awful, right? That looks halfway okay. Right? I'm going to take this to Flavor Town. I'm surprised you don't have looping royalty-free holiday music in the background. It just, I hope to one day be the mayor of Flavor Town. No, that's awful. It looks terrible, and I'm not sorry. This this dreadful wizard's manse of frosting and nightmares. It's melty. It does okay, so it looks does it look halfway okay? Should I do these panels? Because I don't know whether I should do those panels or not. I think I should definitely do that was 100% the right choice. Oh, the bag is ruptured. Now it's frosting is coming out of more than one place. I better. I'm not going to waste. That's for sure. Should I do I do the side panels or what? Cover it all? All right. So much of this is going in the house. so bad, guys. That looks awful. I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm doing this side too. Do I have do I have candy? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 4 things full. I'm sorry. Frosting just fell on my carpet. I'm eating it anyway. No leak. Guy Fieri has that carpet frosting. He loves those frosted tips, man. Is that joke too much? Does that take us outside of our PG stream? Or was it the 3rd or 4th time that I shouted the F word that did that? I'm not sure. All right. Been out of PG territory for a while now. That's too much frosting now? It's too much, huh? All right. It's time to decorate. First of all, it snowed. What? All right, no, check this out. That method accomplishes nothing. There's like maybe 3 of them on there. That does nothing. No, we're going to smush coins into the roof. Lots of coins and little stars. Maybe not with that degree of frequency. Taking you out. Oh. I ate him. It was delicious. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like these little coins are adorable. I really think they're cute. The little coins, the little stars. Oh no, put them in backwards. You face outward, buddy. Yeah, Streamlabs is very thirsty. Jasper wants to know what's the most people you've had watching at once. Um, Man, I would say like 9. I've never had a very big stream. It would be cool if I did at some point. I'd like to get bigger, but it's something to shoot for, I guess. Putting lots of little coins and stars on a rooftop in our magic house. Star. I want another. I want to have a star like all the way up at the tippy top, on the front. I'm gonna put you up there. There you go. This kit is so cute, and I feel so like cheerful. Are these the tiny houses that the hipsters keep buying? Yes. Yeah, that's why it's all decorated with Mario stuff, because they think it's retro and it's cool. It's nostalgic, man. There we go. And one more coin here, I think. All right. So, what else do we want to do to decorate our little gingerbread house? Let's come with avocado toast. This looks like garbage. It's like the saddest thing. God, I'm so depressed. Nothing came out. So much for that joke. All the frosting is coming out through the breach now. I mean, meat. I'm gonna put meat on it. Ugh. Okay, so in addition to my frosting, I just put a strand of hot glue in my mouth. That's good. I achieved what I set out to do. Streamlabs. Streamlabs, calm down. Gonna need to make some adjustments to that. Good lord. That thing's like just out of control. Dangle some sausage. I could dangle some sausage right here. Alright, no. I'm gonna take a short break and utilize the restroom. Bad after dark. Oh my god. Alright, I'll feed the fish. Did you click it again? No, I just owe it from earlier. Alright. We're not feeding the fish again. We're just going to visit. We're going to say hi to the fish. This is say hi to the fish right here. Is what this is. Say hello, fish. Still picking at the bottom of the tank where the food fell the last time. She's really swimming around. She's excited. She's like, this is a fun stream. Are you guys having fun this stream? I hope so. Like goofball. Swimming around down there. Alright, I will be right back. I promise. I just have frosting all over my hands and I have to go wipe them. That's all. So, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. The question is, what the hell do I do with myself now? Because I guess I have another bag of frosting, and we could put like So sort of thin stripy lines across the castle, or maybe accent the. Oh, hey, you know what I just realized? Actually, now that I think about it, hang on. I got a tube of black frosting. I can accent all of those little lines there, and do all of that stuff. So we'll have like clear. I'm sure you washed the. Yes, yes, I did. Why? What? What is that? What does that mean? I absolutely washed those hands. Why? What? That's a Gremlins 2 reference? Oh man, I'm sorry. I guess I kind of dropped the ball on that one. Um, this is cool. This is like a little tube of black frosting. Really? You want to watch me wash my hands? There's probably a market for that. Start an OnlyFans. Just let thirsty dudes watch me as I wash my hands. Be like, you like that, don't you, boys? Yeah, I'm a dirty boy. Drink water. I done did it. All right, you guys are clearly not understanding the way that this works. I can't see what I'm doing on the stream and also see what your requests are. So I guess now it's down to just seeing what your requests are. See how fun that looks? It's like little black lines that I can put on everything. That's why I'm notifying you. I'm helping. Yes, in a way. In a way, you are. $80 more, and I'm having to drink water. The only problem with this tube of black line frosting is that it is completely inconsistent in the way that it comes out of its package. So like it will be like a tiny minuscule pinch, or you'll need to just lay down serious pressure like you're trying to, I don't know, inflate the tires on a car or something. It's kind of not ideal. But I'm going to put this over here so you can actually see what I'm doing while I'm doing it, because I feel like that's substantially more entertaining. It's coming along. Now there's no rhyme or reason to the pattern by which I'm filling these. I feel like it looks nice. Certainly adds to the overall complexity of the castle, which was before a plain brown castle with a white roof. Now, the way that I keep this thing from turning into an absolute disaster is by not doing the sides. Because how else am I going to turn the thing without getting black dye all over my hands? What's your plastic tarp for? That way the idea is to cover all of my electronics, so when I turn the Dremel tool on and huck gingerbread all over the place, that it doesn't get into my PlayStation and my television, even though my very expensive laptop is still clearly exposed to all of the elements. I thought I'd minimize damage as best I could. Honestly, it didn't fly everywhere like I thought it was going to. It just kind of turned into a powder. Um, so what would have been a better idea would be to lay it on the ground. Um, that way I wouldn't have to thoroughly vacuum the place when I'm done, but I guess I'm going to be thoroughly vacuuming the place when I'm done. It is what it is. I've come to terms with it. Guys, I don't know. I think the little black lines on here really spruce the place up. It's a lot more interesting. It really tastes like frosting. It's kind of like... Hang on a second. Oh. This isn't frosting. This is... You know how I said I was going to try to build a PC? This is that silver gel that you put between the CPU and the heatsink. And I just... Well, might as well just go ahead and finish the job, huh? No, I'm kidding. It says icing. It's fine. Jasper says just don't tell people about the hot glue. Just show up at a party and be like, look what I made, everybody. Why don't you go ahead and have a piece? There we go. Okay. All right. I think that was supposed to be some sort of preventative measure for keeping the whole thing from getting frosting everywhere, but of course we got frosting everywhere anyway, so what are you gonna do? D D D D D D D D D D D D D. I really like this little. This is good. I think it works well. Like it's a nice little icing tube. It has a much better nozzle on it than the other one does. Of course, you would never get anything done with that other one, or with this one. If you were trying to coat a whole roof in frosting, you'd get nowhere with it. But see, that is hot glue. That's 100%. That's got some hot glue in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off. Draw Dick Cheney with it? Why would I draw Dick Cheney? It's like 12 years too late. Why not is a fair question. I guess. I guess my answer to that question, however, is because I don't want to. Also, at this point, I've almost forgotten what Dick Cheney looks like, aside from being fat and bald. That's all I've got left for Dick Cheney. Fat, bald, always angry, thoroughly unpleasant. That was like his whole deal, right? Yeah, just like an angry potato. Yeah. I have to say I don't miss that man. Looking forward to saying that about somebody else. That's coming along so nice. It would be better if I had some Christmas music playing, but I I didn't want to get like muted or sued or anything like that. So What's everybody's favorite Christmas song? At the moment, my favorite is Christopher Lee's heavy metal rendition of The Little Drummer Boy. He's like, I have no gift to give her up a pum pum. And there's just like fucking, I mean, wow, I'm really not good at not swearing, guys. I'm pretty terrible at not swearing. But there's just some guy wailing on guitar behind him while he's doing his thing. Carol of the Bells is kind of classic. Particularly if you're running towards your house to make preparations to lay traps for 2 burglars. So close. My hands are starting to hurt from this. Well, I understand that your child is currently the only child actually watching this, but the goal was to try to make this into something that anybody could tune into, and I feel like I've, as the English say, made a balls of it. Okay, that is an extraordinarily detailed castle with a whole lot of stones, carefully individually marked. I feel like we did a lovely job on that. Ducks. Geese. Gander for your goose. Dander for your deuce. Pander for your moose. Oh boy. Ah, well, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. Patrick, I think it's time that you re-examined your workspace. Hey, camera? Hey, camera? You just like chill? Yeah, no, you're just gonna go in that direction no matter what I do now, huh? Okay. Well, that's fun. So yeah, my workspace is an absolute travesty. It's descended into utter chaos, and I'm okay with that. I came to terms with it. I knew this was the direction things were going to go. This is another whole thing of frosting. I feel like what I want to do is just be like on top, just pour it everywhere. But my door fell off, and I'm bummed out about that, so I'm going to try to fix that. There. My door is now attached in such a way that it swings open and closed. Door closed. 2 more. God, guys. 1. I'm out of water now. I have the only other thing I have to drink around here is this 2X Christmas by Southern Tier. So if that's what you're after, if that's what you're trying to get me to hydrate with, get more water. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But stop. No, there is a button for that, my friends. There is a, if you tip 500 bits, that's $5, I will chug my drink. That is the only way that you get me to drink all of it. I made that rule a long time ago because I used to have a chug button and it was just the worst. It's the worst thing I've ever done to myself. And I don't do it for any less than $5 anymore. Well, then that'll teach you. You know, I don't have $5 either. But I got rules. I got rules. I gotta live by them. Alright. Let's clean this mess up. Let's try not to drop our entire castle in the process of it. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh god, it's like a big old block. Yeah, big old block of frosting. Turned into creepy Hagrid there for a second. Yeah. No, I'm not doing it for free. I'm not doing it. Can't make me. Do you have any idea what it does to the 38-year-old man body to chug a beer? Because I'll tell you what, it's excruciating. Alright, there we go. I'd have to pry it open. I need 2 hands. There we go. I'm really excited about that functioning door. It's a good time. We're trying to figure out how to give you bits so you can chug more. I don't want to chug more water, guys. That's the thing. Came here for water and drinking. Damn it, we're gonna get it. I don't want to drink more water. You can't make me. It's just the 2 of you out there now. I just have 2 viewers who are, oh god, he's figured out bits. That's 100. It's gonna cost you more than that. It's 500 bits. My channel is lying. Well, that's good. The cost of a chug is 500 bits, sir, not 100. You're going to have to do better than that. Roll back the tape. It's right there. There's a reason I set my prices so high. Because it's that excruciating. Alright, so what are they? Oh, my beautiful peanut butter. It's just my two oldest and dearest friends trying to make me hurt myself. And my brother, who is doing no such thing. Do a little dance for $1? I never said anything. And all of my bits on stage. I said, it would me pulling my shirt down nice and low and pressing and doing like that. And that's what you get. That's what you get for your $1. You didn't spend $5. You spent $1. You spent 100 bits. That's 100 bits is $1. You spent nothing of the sort. You did not. I'm looking at the redemption here. Again? I don't understand. That's $2. It gave me two icons. One for 1 bit. The other one for 100. I'm like, okay, cool. He gave me a penny. I'm not chugging a beer for a penny. Oh my god. Oh, you guys. Oh boy. For your second 100 bits, I will cut open this bag of frosting and frost a cookie and then lick that off of the cookie in the most seductive fashion. The most seductive fashion of which I am capable. That is what your second $1 earns you. Oh, you haven't seen it yet, Jenny, so you don't even know. You have no idea what I'm capable of. So this is the cookie. There's no refund on bits. Alright, I frosted this cookie for you. And I'm going to go ahead and get the camera up here for give you a good hard look at me while I take this and go. What the hell has happened? You look uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with what I just did. That's not $5. That's not even close to $5. This highly refreshing seasonal beer is, first of all, I don't want to chug it because it's a Christmas beer and it's It's gonna it has all these spices and like Christmassy flavors on top of it. It's gonna be so bad. Why does it say you did actually spend $5? You may have bought $5 worth of bits, but but you have not given them to me. It's totally different. Those are your bits to do with what you please. I don't want to. Oh my god! I don't want to chug that beer. I desperately do not want to chug that beer. It would ruin me. They're all gone now. It does not. It's 300 bits. All right, no, I'm checking the records. 100 bits, 101 bits, 44 bits. So that's 100 and no, that's 245 bits. You've given me $2.45 is what you've managed to put together. Is what you've invested in the cause. And I don't think I don't appreciate it. I have this hard line I have to draw in the sand. Of which Twitch takes like 60%. Yes, I know. It's completely unethical. Maybe that's why you've spent all of your bits, is that you put $5 in and you got $2.60 or $2.45 out is what happened. So that's why you're out of bits. Is you spent $5, but then you didn't actually give me the $5. You gave more than half of that $5 to Jeff Bezos. I'm going to put some of these on top of this little cookie. It is. It's all bullshit. Which is why I encourage people to subscribe using their Amazon Prime sub and stuff like that. If you have Amazon Prime, use your Prime sub. If not, I'm not too pushy about it. But the goal is, I don't want people to have the blow. Do you really want me to chug the beer? Would that make you happy? If I chug the beer. Can I chug a full glass of water instead? No, I don't want. Please don't make me chug a beer. It's okay. I'm gonna go. I'll go fill up the cup of water, and I'll chug water, and I'll hate it, and I'll hate you. But at least I won't be burning through the thing. You know, the barrier between my brain and alcohol and medication, where I get sad, because that's not worth it. So hang on, I'll go fill it up with water, and I'll do that. I'll chug the water, and I'll hate it, and I'll hate you, but I'll do it. Okay. I have a big cup full of water. That's $13 I ever spent. Hang on a second. I'm going to give you the full view. For the record, I hate doing this, and there's a reason that I made it $5, and I'm only doing this because you thought that if you spent $5, you would get $5 in bits when you don't. It has to be water from the fish tank. I can't with these people anymore. I can't even do this anymore. I don't know why I'm doing this anymore. It's just all awful all the time. All right, chugging your water. All right. That is that's not as bad as the seltzer or the beer. I think it's the carbonation that makes it terrible, because then I start burping like crazy and my entire system feels like trash. You get to a point, and you know exactly what I'm talking about because you're just the same age as me, where your body... I missed it. I missed it, he says. Stupid jerk. You're a jerk, and I didn't know you didn't actually miss it. Oh. And if you did, it would have been too bad. It would have been too bad. But oh boy, oh boy, hey, oh boy, oh boy. There we go. So the way I was gonna end this thing was I was gonna take the whole gingerbread house apart, and then I was gonna feed the bits to the dogs. Well, at least I was gonna take the what do you? Oh my God, Streamlabs! Stop! Streamlabs! Good Lord! I was gonna take it apart, and I was gonna kind of remove the some of the hot glue bits and just find like good pieces of gingerbread and give it to the dogs. But there is so much hot glue in this thing that I'm convinced that there isn't a safe way to do that. So I'm gonna call it, honestly, because I have so much cleaning up to do now. But I hope you enjoyed the show. Take this rope, pull it apart, and put it back together again. I seriously am gonna call it, because I think it's I'm at that point where it's like, okay, there's very little. Oh boy, come here. There you go. There isn't really anything else to do. Like I can't decorate it more. It's done. In retrospect, maybe next year I'll build a gingerbread robot. This will be my this will be my New Year's resolution, that I will continue to grow this stream. I will continue to invest in it and do more with it. And I will continue to grow my audience. I'll figure out social media in a way that actually reaches people. I'll network as best I can, and I will try to genuinely make this stream into a legit thing that has a substantial enough viewership that it's making me some cash. Though, thus far, I have made $124 from streaming on Twitch. About as much money as I've sunk into it. So I'm breaking even, at least. But yeah, I officially they sent me my first, like, you made money. So with that, the plan is to continue investing, and like I said, I will continue to grow this thing, and then next year, my holiday craziness will be making a gingerbread robot, like a large, like a like fighting Japanese robot, like a Gundam or something. I'll design and build a gingerbread robot. If you guys will stick with me, keep watching, and keep share with articulation. Good God, no hope of that. Although, well, anyway, but if you guys will continue to show up and watch and support, and if you'll help spread the word on social media or whatever, then that's my promise. That's my New Year's resolution. That's my promise to you guys, is I'm going to keep making this thing bigger and bigger. And I put a lot of work into this. I spent hours getting ready for this. I went to a store that I hate for this. I really put a lot into this, and I have just nothing but good feelings about it. This was a great holiday stream. So I'm really, really thankful to you guys for showing up and for watching and goofing around and chit-chatting with me. Chug more water next time. It's 10. I'm putting it up to 10 next time. Every time that you get me to chug water, the price goes up. That's my rule. Even though you've been what? Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. I'm fine with you guys being dreadful. So $3.50. No. It's $10 next time. $10 worth of bits that I get, not that Jeff gets, that I get. When I get 1,000 bits, then I will do it. $3.50. No, when I get 1,000 bits, then I'll chug something for you, and it can be carbonated, and you will see what it does to me. It does horrible things to me. It genuinely destroys me. So you can look forward to that. But yeah, I know, $10. It is. I'll tell you what. You can just, instead of giving it to Jeff, you can just put it in my mailbox. You can just put an actual tenner in there, and I'll be like, "Oh, this came from Black Mud Puppy and Jen. I guess it's time for me to live up to my word." And I'll just chug a seltzer water or something for you. It'll be awful and hilarious at the same time. But you know what I will do though? I'll eat this Extra Life. Oh. Ironically, it killed him. Oh, you're missing some teeth. Yeah, no, that was not, those aren't good. That's, unlike in the video game, that is not a cause for celebration when you get one of them. Although it does have a nice vanilla aftertaste. Who'd have figured? Anyway, I got a lot of cleaning to do. It was just plastic. It was just not even a sugar wafer. It was just plastic that I just bit into. Like, oh, that's not good. Well, gonna need to call the dentist. All right, guys. I'm out. Happy holidays. Thanks so much for showing up. I miss you all. I really do. And when this whole COVID thing gets sorted, if indeed this whole COVID thing ever get sorted, we'll see you again. But until then, it's good night and good luck.